Hello everybody, it's Battle Angel, and I haven't really done an upload video, topic video, in forever now. So what's up? I've been streaming, mostly, so nothing to really talk about, upload it, but I gotta make this video today because I'm seeing a lot of videos about Death Stranding getting hate. The people who love Death Stranding were being blamed as, you're only loving it because it's Kojima. That is the reason why, but it's also a fun game. And they're like, oh, it's a walking simulator, it's a, delivery. Well, as you can see in this video, I am actually battling this is a stream I did. I was battling BTs. You can, later on when you unlock, grenades that use your blood, you can battle them. Because, I got to the point where I'm done walking around them. Because they will wall you off. So, it's more, this right here shows you that it's not just walking. You are, taking care of BTs and stuff like that. Which, starting the video on this point is pretty coincidence. This is just when I started recording to make this video. But, it's not a walking simulator. There are, you do more than just walk around. And what got me going is when, I knew someone who said, oh, it's boring, you just walk from point A to point B, and this person plays Outlast. This person plays, games like that. All you do in Outlast is walk around, hide from monsters. You can't fight them. You can fight BTs. You can fight the monsters. You can kill BTs. You have to have grenades with you, which takes up cargo space, which I love. It's not walking, you gotta manage cargo space. You have to trek. You have to worry about your footwear. You have to worry about your stamina. Outlast and other walking simulators don't even have stamina. You just walk. You don't have to worry about footwear. You just have to worry about the monster in the corner, which you can easily hide from. Or run away from them. It's hard to run away from BTs once they spot you because they will get you. You gotta worry about stamina. You gotta hold your breath and stuff like that. But that's another thing. People don't like this game because, one, it's not Call of Duty. It's not Fortnite. It's not Dead by Daylight. It's not. Well, no one likes Friday the 13th anymore anyway because that game's buggy. But it's not games where you are action. This game doesn't really have a whole lot of action. The only things that kill are BTs. Because if you kill like terrorists and stuff like that, they can make more BTs. But this is a fun game. I enjoy it. It's got a good story. It's well written. And like I said, it's not Call of Duty. It's not a game where it's just not overly repetitive gameplay. It is walking. It does get boring. At times, it gets frustrating at times, but the point is just you're not just delivering from point A to point B. You're where you are, but it's not meaningless. That's what I'm trying to say. You're doing it to help these communities get better, and you apply them to your network, which makes the network stronger, which gives you more unlockables, better equipment, so you can. It's basically Monster Hunter. How Monster Hunter, you hunt these monsters to get equipment. To get stuff to build better equipment, so you can hunt better monsters to get better stuff, to get better equipment, so forth, so forth. This, you're delivering something to a facility so you can unlock better equipment to make more challenging runs to unlock better equipment. Especially, it's like delivering Monster Hunter, because you can unlock better equipment to do better runs, to get more likes, stuff like that. And most of the delivering is optional. There's just core delivering, and then like I said, it's got a good story to it. Outlast doesn't really have a story. You're a guy stuck in a museum, and the ending's kind of bad. Call of Duty doesn't really nobody really cares about Call of Duty story. That's why they took out the story and Modern Warfare. Does Modern Warfare have a story? No one talks about the stories in Call of Duty. It's just the multiplayer. Just suit everybody. But and then the other side of it is when these so-called gamers, which I call opinionated neckbeards, who don't like this because it's boring, but they like games like The Witcher, which I played The Witcher for 5 hours, and it's just fetch quest. I kill 1 or 2 monsters, but it's mostly get here, go to this point, grab this thing, bring it back. That's all The Witcher is. I mean, I never continued it because I don't really care for fantasy anyway. Fantasy games just are unappealing. I'm more of a science fiction. I'm more into science fiction and apocalyptic fiction. So, I don't really care for fantasy. I do like Diablo because Diablo's fun. I don't really care for the story of Diablo. I just like, running around looting. And then they like games like, Zelda, which I still need to get Breath of the Wild anyway. I'll play Zelda, but Zelda is a fan. You just go from point A to point B. Solve puzzles. I hate puzzles. That's one thing I like about Death Stranding. There's no puzzles in it. That's why I like Kojima games. He doesn't put stupid puzzles in his games. I'm not wasting my time because 9 times out of 10 I'm going to look on the internet and look for these dang answers to these stinking puzzles. And like Death Stranding, if you are going to walk from point A to point B, if you think that's all it is this game, you're just nothing. You got to manage. You got footwear that wears out after so long. You got to change your footwear. You got to worry about your stamina. Every so often you have to drink Monster, or if your stamina is getting to a certain low point, you have to drink Monster for a quick recovery, or you can just rest for a couple bits. And then your max stamina goes down, which the only way to recover from that is go to a private room and rest. And like I said, it's got a better story than The Witcher, in my opinion. I guess because I got fed up with the fetch quest in Witcher to even, because like I said, it's just fetch quest. And it's like fantasy. Like, this is like, got good actors, got Norman Reedus, got Matt Mikkelsen, Troy Baker, Lisa Doe. And it's got, I like it. Like I said, most people don't like it because it's not Fortnite. It's not Call of Duty. It's not The Witcher. It's not Skyrim. Skyrim is, I like the leveling up system of Skyrim, but other than that, Skyrim's one of the most boring games I've ever played. Because it is walking from point A. Any Bethesda game is like that. You're walking from point A to point B. Fallout is a walking sim. Fallout 4 is a walking simulator. Because there's no bad guys to kill. It's just one bad guy to kill. That's it. Fallout New Vegas had a little bit more bad guys to kill. But like Skyrim is a walking simulator. Take that, Nick Beards. Skyrim is a fucking walking simulator. Because you just point from point A to point B. And it was just boring for me. That's why I stopped playing. I got Skyrim for PS4 last year. A week later, I sold it. I was like, oh, this game. I forgot how boring this game is. But there's just nothing to do in Skyrim. There's stuff to do. I mean, there's nothing to. I mean, it's here, but it's Death Stranding is just about the journey, enjoying the scenery. Worried about you gotta worry about which path to take. It's not just walking from one A to one, but you gotta worry about the path to take. You gotta worry about your energy. And the multiplayer aspect is kind of neat. I'm not going to doubt that because this isn't a review. This is just me reflecting on the haters. So all you Call of Duty, casual gamers, which you don't really matter to me anyway, because you're not really gamers. Then all the neckbeards, who like Skyrim and Witcher, but hate Death Stranding because Death Stranding's boring. But The Witcher is just fetch quest, and with Skyrim, it's just walking from point A to point B without really doing anything. And when you actually get to a point where you fight monsters, they're OP because you have no chance to grind, because to get from point A to point B, there's nothing to get XP from. There's nothing to grind with. I'm a kind of RPG player you play to grind. Like Dark Souls. Dark Souls doesn't even have a story. It's all gameplay. You have that balance too. You know, Death Stranding is more story than gameplay. You have games that are more gameplay than story. Or like Dark Souls. Dark Souls, like I said, it doesn't even have a story. Like I said, Skyrim, you can't grind because there's nothing to kill. There's just nothing to do. But anyways, that's what I got to say about that. If you liked the video, hit the like. I'll be streaming Death Stranding some more, finishing the story, and then I'll do a review of the whole situation of the game. I mean, but anyways, like, subscribe. Y'all have a good one, and I will see you soon. Peace.